Bryce. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Daniel from IGN Japan.
You too.
Welcome to Tokyo.
Thank you.
Have you had chances to come over here in the past?
Yes, the first time I came here was when I was 7, and I remember very vividly falling to sleep because I was jet lagged to the sound of my dad talking with George Lucas and Kurosawa. And so that was my first trip to Japan.
You also took on a lot of the stunts yourself in this film, again, I believe. And Claire really goes through the ringer in this film. You've got the part, I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but it's in the trailer. Yes. The part where she's falling from a plane. There's a swamp scene that's very sort of memorable, and many things like that. In terms of taking on those stunts, gearing up for it, were there any parts that you were sort of, I don't know if I can do this, but you did it anyway? Were there any parts that you surprised yourself at being able to take on?
Well, I love stunts, and I love getting to be physical, and I love the training that goes into preparing to do a stunt. One of the things that was discussed early on was the possibility of me actually jumping out of a plane. I am so happy I didn't have to do that. That was the one thing that I was like, ooh, really? Really? Because I don't want to do that, But I wasn't going to say no because, you want to be of service to the movie and the filmmaker and all of that. So I was like, if insurance will cover it, I'll do it. And of course they wouldn't, which is great. I was counting on that.
When you're looking sort of down the barrel at these things that you have to do, how do you kind of psych yourself up to actually go do it?
The swamp sequence was one I definitely was looking forward to, but I was also very curious as to when we were going to shoot it because I knew it was going to be outdoors and we were in England, and I was like, oh, let's please have this be in summer. And pulling that off was kind of high stakes because whenever you see someone go from being dry to being wet in a movie, usually you only have one take to do it because in order to dry off again and redo your makeup and hair, there's no time for that. And we knew that we wanted me going from being dry to wet in one shot. And so it was a oneer that Colin designed, and we really focused on rehearsing it and trying to figure out how to do it, and pulling it off was kind of a coup. It was great. It worked in, one take, and that's what's in the movie, which I love.
Wow, that's really, it looks like it's one take. So, that really comes across.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Of course, I think one of the great things about the Jurassic films, and this film is especially so, is that yes, it is sort of rich with CG effects and practical effects, whatever. But really, when you're looking at it, you don't think of it in that way. These creatures really do seem alive in the movie. First of all, this is a question from my daughter. She's 10.
Yes.
Her question for you is, which is your favorite dinosaur in the movie? And then sort of going further, I guess, like working with the dinosaurs, the practical effects, the CG effects.
Yes.
How was that process on this film?
So it's interesting because Jurassic Park has a legacy of kind of launching the CGI in a way, at least to the degree that it now exists, where you can't actually tell with the naked eye that is CG effects. That's part of the legacy of Jurassic Park, but it also another huge part of the legacy of Jurassic Park is Stan Winston and legacy effects and the puppeteering that goes into the animatronics that are the dinosaurs. And something that I've loved is that on the first Jurassic World, there was one animatronic dinosaur, and it was with legacy effects. And I was so thrilled because I've worked with them a few times. I got to work with them on Terminator as well. And so it was kind of this mind-blowing scene that we did with the dying Apatosaurus. And then with each subsequent film, there's been way more animatronics. And we've gotten to work with different animatronics houses as well because it's that art form is becoming more and more and more mainstream. And so on Jurassic World Dominion, it was 27 animatronic dinosaurs, all built in the UK by John Nolan Animatronics. And It's so exhilarating to be around that. I joke that it's called Jurassic World Dominion, no acting required, because since there were so many animatronic dinosaurs, I mean, what you're seeing to the naked eye is what you actually see in the film. And so, you know, the reptilian part of your brain is basically saying, get out of the room, because, you know, to your eye, you feel like you're in the presence of a dinosaur. That's something that is so magnificent and I think takes the movies to a completely different level, because it's using the oldest technology mixed with the newest technology, and it just creates an experience that is undeniably real. And that's important for the kids, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
And did you have a favorite dinosaur?
Oh, my favorite dinosaur. Okay, so my favorite dinosaur is a Brachiosaurus, and it's because my favorite movie as a kid was a movie called Land Before Time.
Oh, okay.
And there's a Brachiosaurus named Littlefoot. We actually named our dog Littlefoot after this dinosaur. So I've always had a soft spot for a Brachiosaurus.
Thank you so much for your time.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Run! See? Not so bad.